Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kigali Arena here in Kigali, Rwanda. This is the FIBA AfroBasket. It's game day 1, the second day of the tournament. Senegal taking on Uganda. Well, it's all happening, folks. Earlier today, Nigeria got on top of Mali, then had to take a 1-point lead to halftime, only to open up another big lead, and then for Mali to come back. Nigeria ended up winning 81-73. South Sudan winning over Cameroon, who had to forfeit because of medical reasons. Should be more information about that later on. And now we have some more games coming up. Cameroon, obviously, they still got a chance. They're at number 63 in the rankings. Senegal, who we're going to watch now, is number 36. Uganda is at number 90, but climbing. So this beautiful Kigali Arena. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Graham Hiscock again. And opening day, everything is possible for all of these teams. Graham, and we're going to see Boniface Ndong, who used to play for Senegal, played in the NBA, played at the highest level in Europe, and to me, really does a great job as the coach of this Senegal team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Senegal are going to come in one of the favourites, and the fact they got Gorgui Dieng in the roster, and we've just been talking about Pierre-Henry as well, so he's got some really top players at his disposal to go with the guys that are here from the qualifiers that put up some big numbers as well, Ibrahim Afei and Papa Malik Dean. As for Uganda, second highest scorers in the qualifiers, around 87 points a game. They just got past Morocco in one final qualifier, which was in the summer. And we're going to see Kaluma play, the young star for Uganda, who made the big shot at the end of that game. So, Senegal favourites for this one, Jeff, but Uganda, with the amount of points they can score, and Ismail Wainwright heading to the NBA, and he's here with his team, and let's see how he goes as well. Could be a really exciting one here to start the evening off.
Yep, Ish Wainwright, terrific story. Watch him in the Basketball Champions League. Played his college ball, played some college football as well. And he's on his way to the Toronto Raptors. Senegal being introduced, and certainly always among the favorites. They were supposed to play at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament early this year in Belgrade. But unfortunately, while they were getting ready for that tournament, they were at they were in Germany playing friendlies and warm-ups. Had some guys that came down with COVID, and because of regulations in Germany, they weren't allowed out of the country. So that was a real disappointment for all of the players and for everybody else. But these are the times that we live in, and we're hoping that we get on top of this COVID situation. Anyway, we are going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems. Okay, we're about ready to rock and roll. Always good to hear the national anthems. And fires up that players just a little bit more before the game, that's for sure. The referees, Wael Ibrahim Mohamed Mustafa from Egypt, Sami Belgarek from Tunisia, and Same Estefanos, also from Egypt. And we'll also get a look at the rosters for Uganda, starting off Adam Seko, Jimmy Inabu, Dingu, Ish Wainwright, and Arthur Kaluma.
Well, Kaluma's the big story. Jimmy Inabu has been around for many competitions for Uganda, but having Ishmael Wainwright and Kaluma is really big for Uganda. Obviously, Apong as well has been a regular reliever. You know, Uganda, this group have played together for a while in many qualifiers, and having George Galanopoulos, the coach, I think the story from the NBA, and he was a scout over there and came across, he was approached by someone from the Ugandan player or from the Ugandan team, and he's come across and done a great job. As for Senegal, they will be favourites, and Georgie Deng, Yusuf Ndoye and Henry Piera is going to be a big inclusion for them. Dime has been doing some stuff good, putting up some good numbers. Deem, sorry, 5.3 points in the qualifiers, and Yusuf Ndoye 12.7 points a game. So they've got some big hitters, Senegal. As you say, Boniface Ndong leading the way. He's got major playing experience as well. So they start favourites. First 5 minutes, Uganda have got to stay in the game. We seem to be saying that in a lot of these matchups when there is maybe a difference in the rankings and the seedings. It's really important that Uganda give it a great shot to start with, and we'll see how they go.
So, of course, Senegal, one of the big teams in African basketball, but also have really kind of made their mark on the international stage, the bigger stage of the FIBA Basketball World Cup, playing in 2014 and 2019. And this Uganda team, you know, starting to come up a little bit. And, of course, Galanopoulos, who actually is the Texas Legends head coach, and before that was with the Dallas Mavericks with their player development and assistant video coordinator. It just goes to show, just like Will Voigt used to be the former coach of Nigeria, you can pick up a lot of knowledge and experience in those jobs that helps you get other opportunities. So again, you saw the rankings, and Senegal up ahead on Uganda, and really in this case, Uganda don't have that much to lose. There's Ndong again, terrific personality, great head coach, or great player in his time, and showing signs that he's going to be a terrific head coach. Certainly in the qualifiers, he was very fun to watch. And there you see Pierre Henry, who has really established himself as a top player in Europe. Played at Baskonia, Spain, has moved on to Fenerbahce, then Turkey, and Ish Wainwright, as we talked about, for Uganda. It's one of those stories that's it has kind of come out of, like, how did this happen? But all of a sudden he goes from the Basketball Champions League, where he had an outstanding season for Strasbourg, and he's catapulted him into the NBA with the Toronto Raptors. And of course, he was a former player in American college football, played at Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, looking at his build, he could play, as you say, play both the sports. I've always been impressed when I've watched him, a big-time scorer. And now to make that jump, it really does give hope for all players that are out there, whether in Europe. You don't have to be right at the top. At the start, it's not where you start, it's where you're going to end up in. That is a great story for Uganda and for Ishmael Wainwright. And him and Arthur Kaluma leading the stats in the qualifiers.
Well, hello everybody, welcome to Rwanda. This is the FIBA AfroBasket, and we are underway in the game between Senegal and Uganda. Senegal in the white and attacking the basket to the right. Uganda in the red with, of course, some other colors mixed into both of those uniforms. Gorgui Dieng, who was in that All-Star 5 at the AfroBasket back in 2015, attacks and already earns his trip to the free throw line. I know they're going to say it was before the shot, so they're going to inbound the basketball. he is a handful for any opponent. And from the right corner, off target. So Njai misses with his first attempt. We did speak to Boniface Sendong a couple of days ago, and he said, listen, we brought a young team, but we're hopeful this will be a good experience. But he does have some more senior players, so I'm not exactly sure. I think maybe he meant to say we brought some of our team are young players, because Gorgie Dieng's now 31. Here's an alley-oop pass, and knocked away by Henry. Oh, nice spin from Badio. And then his pass back to Yusu Enjoy, gets away, but Dieng hands it off. Badio, Njai into the corner to Henry. He's a good, strong, physical player. Dieng's not going to be shy about putting up the three.
Yeah, well, the two top players potentially on this group combining there. Nice rainbow shot.
Oh, Dieng might be one of the top two players in this tournament. We'll see how it goes. And Jimmy Inabu, oh, he had the play. He made the move, but missed the layup, the left hand. Henry. His passing is quite incredible, isn't it? And foul has been called.
Yeah, looks like he's got eyes in the back of his head. And that's a nice.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually.
It was a nice setup for Gorgie Dieng on that last play, and he's looking. He's a natural point guard as we see that play, and good height on the shot.
Njai gives it to Dieng. Kaluma's been put on notice. He's going to have to guard Gorgie if he's going to on that perimeter. He had his hand up that time, did a good job defensively. Inabu, nice little give and go, and well, Gu can't get it to go. And Dieng has it knocked out of his hands by Seiko, but Seiko committed the foul.
Good effort, firstly by Uganda. Really a good break. They just couldn't get it to finish. And then straight down the other end, Senegal really attacking. And Dieng fouled.
It's hard to believe that Dieng is 31. I mean, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that he was running up and down the floor for the Louisville Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And then it doesn't seem that long ago that he was playing in the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2014. Just what exactly has happened to the last 8 or 9 years? They've just flown by.
Jimmy, Adam's got shooter, you get your spot.
Well, no problem with the free throw. He's hitting the ground running.
So Dieng takes his time, makes both. And it's 5-0. All 5 points scored by Dieng. Kaluma goes behind the back, hands it off. Oh, wonderful play. Dingu gets in and keep battling for the ball. Kaluma not going to give up on it. Boy, you got to like the fight by Kaluma, setting the tone, getting after it.
Yeah, that is wonderful play by Kaluma. He's got something about him. He's a young player. It's not just about making the big shots. He's getting after the offensive rebounds and loose balls.
Opong walking a tightrope, and then after the contact with Henry, goes out of bounds.
They've shown good hustle, Uganda, Jeff. They just haven't got into the flow offensively. Whereas Senegal a little bit more decisive on the offensive end.
And Dieng is just not missing, is he? It's Gorgie Dieng 7, Uganda nothing. And now Badio comes up with a steal. Over to Njai. Now Ish Wainwright. Kaluma. Oh, wonderful take by Kaluma.
Yeah, great fake at the closeout, driving to the bucket, tough move.
And all charged turnover.
Too much contact underneath. there by Senegal and Uganda. He's trying to get position. He's manhandling Wainwright. Nice shot fake at the closeout. Good body control not to commit the charge there for Kaluma.
Here's Wainwright. This is everything. Henry letting the ball just kind of roll up the court. Now Jang feeds Enjoy down low. And Ish Wainwright called for the foul on him. Yusu Enjoy.
It's a complete mismatch there with Wainwright. So they're getting Senegal are getting the matchup they want. It's the only way Wainwright could really deal with the big fella.
Bronco Badio over to Enjoy. He drives in and Wainwright rebounds and runs. Kaluma. Now Henry. Dump to Enjoy. Gets it over to Bronco Badio. And he knocks it in.
Yeah, great job on the inside by Enjoy. It was triple team, just kicked it out to the opposite side for the score.
Back to Wainwright. Short little jumper. Gets it to drop. And Njai down on the ground after a little bit of a collision.
There's some contact there on the Ismail Wainwright score. Let's just see if there's a on the screen or an elbow. Dominant start from Senegal, their key players at the fore. Gorgui Dieng.
Drive in, not quite enough. Genku the rebound.
Yeah, great defense with the swat there.
Tony Dreleba also in the game now, number 4, the shooting guard for Uganda. And Dieng gets inside, and Uganda missing some layups here in the early going, but they'll keep possession.
Another really good look, good move to the basket, just couldn't get the roll.
Yeah. Opong at the back of the iron, but the long rebound. Here's Kaluma, just 19 years of age. Dreleba runs the baseline, turns back in, gets swatted by Henry. Jang, overhead pass. Bronco Badio. And Kaluma doing a good job boxing out. I'll tell you what, Kaluma is going to be one heck of a player at Creighton. They are loading up for a big-time season. Looking at some of the players that are going there. Saw some of their players at the under-19 World Cup, and nice jump shot for Uganda. Opong, you're not going to keep him down the whole game, that's for sure. He's a scorer.
Yeah, good, nice move by Opong there. Just hitting the jump shot from around the free throw line.
Jang kind of stood there thinking there was some contact. He was going to get the foul, but it didn't. The whistle wasn't blown. Just a reminder, this is international basketball. Dreleba. There is going to be some contact. You know, some of that contact is more frequently called in the NBA, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they don't let things get out of hand with the FIBA basketball, but yeah, they do call it tight at times.
Here's Kaluma again, driving in. Oh, doesn't get it to drop this time.
He's a really explosive player, though. Good size. Just couldn't get the roll there. Robinson upon just too much hands there on the defense. Put his hand up straight away.
So Dingu's going to come out. And he's going to be, as you look at the replay, going to be replaced by Ziwa, Kieran Ziwa, number 7. And meanwhile, Branko Badio makes the first free throw. Good work by Dingu. The lead goes back up to 12-6. Ziwa, Wainwright gets it back and going to reset the shot clock to 14. You know, after kind of a shaky start, Uganda hanging in there right now.
Yeah, things aren't getting away from them. Senegal came out fast, trying to impose themselves as we knew they would. But Uganda just making a couple of moves, a couple of nice shots. Wainwright has only scored the 1 basket.
Here's Ziwa, and hustle to the basketball, but Senegal beat them, and then they throw it down in his team. And
highlight play there, Jeff. And
we don't need to be reminded it was at this end of the court where last night the basket was the backboard was shattered by Eddie Tavares of Cape Verde. The final minute of their win, overtime win over Angola. Kaluma, oh, the ball rims out, rattles out rather. Branko Badio, and the rim was kind to him.
Yeah, he's playing really nicely, Badio. Very quick. Knocks that down.
Opong. And Opong turns it over to Maurice Indoors, checked in. He's going to go in for the dunk. Senegal turning it up a notch.
Yeah. Just straight off the defense. Quick transition.
Forcing a timeout by Uganda.
Well, if we just see the dunk, and it's just simple layup in the end, but great defense, intent, just getting the hands in the passing lane. And straight away get the score to make the most of those turnovers. But Uganda knew this was going to be tough. There are mismatches for them in places. Senegal are a big, strong, athletic team. They're just starting to impose themselves.
We're good. All right, everybody okay? Right now, we're just gonna go. Let's go Robinson here. Let's go Ish underneath. Okay. Let's go Kieran. Let's go Art. And then in the corner, we've got Tony. Robinson, screen Ish. Ish, you come up and set the screen for Kieran, right? You slip out of it. Art, you're gonna screen for Robinson. The screen for Robinson. Kieran, you look for Robinson, or you can look to get downhill. Art, if he jumps out here, just slip it to the basket. Okay, here we go.
Get on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I think it's been more of a case, Uganda, I mean, missing some shots going in and out, missing some layups.
They've had
plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, they had the layups. A couple of jump shots have just not quite fallen, so they've got to keep taking those shots, get some good looks. Wainwright is being targeted and surrounded by the defense every time he gets into a scoring position. But he's just got to keep sharing the ball, and his shots will come.
Long 3 by Opong.
Yeah, that was a long way out, maybe a touch too far.
Fives checked in. And another foul. This turns it over to Uganda.
Too much physicality there. He had good position. Up Malik Dean. He didn't really need to push, and he's got the size advantage.
Ziwa taking his life in danger, going up against Deem, and they're going to count that because they're going to call it goal interference.
Good attack, though, and they were right at the rim as all the help came. So if it hadn't been called a basket, they'd scored anyway, so that's good. Just good attack.
Maurice Indoor turns on the baseline. Fi goes up, doesn't bring it down. Here's Ziwa, open floor. Oh boy, what a nice little dipsy-do. Is that a Eurostep?
Yeah, that was a wonderful Eurostep, and he went to his right, but it totally threw the
Dreleba comes up with the steal. Opong now, bounce pass to Wainwright. And just like that, Uganda right back in it.
We've seen it time and time again, Jeff, at this tournament. Team goes behind, all of a sudden, 2-3 minute surge of good defense, and a couple of quick baskets. And Wainwright gets a nice easy one, so that may well get him going.
Now look at this step here. 1, 2.
Yeah, that is clever. But again, we spoke about it. Think about one of the game this morning. And the game so far, it doesn't matter what foot you take off or what hand you shoot with, they can do. These guys are coached now to go through every single scenario so they can outwit the defender that's in front of them. It's not just the traditional right-left or left-right, depending on what hand you shoot with.
Endon wasn't happy, thinking he should have been able to get a timeout. Henry drives in. Boy, the physicality, he's tough.
He is pumped up. Great move, great individual talent there.
And Senegal need to be careful about barking to the referee. They're doing a lot of it right now.
Yeah, that pass was dangerous. It was between Wainwright and the defender. He needed to be on the outside and doing it. Almost got the steal for Senegal.
See the beating of the chest to the referee. Here he is again. Dumps it back and now turns it over off the hands of Dean. That wasn't quite ready for the pass. Dreleba pulls up for 3. Pass to Seiko. Ziwa to Ish Wainwright. An offensive foul.
Doesn't be much there. He's got basket side of his defender. He's just got his forearm on his back, which is what you'd be coached to do. Right forearm in the back of the defender, and just passed to his left hand, which is raised up. Something couldn't see much wrong with that, Jeff, but referees were closer.
So timeout, 21-12. 1 minute and 4 seconds remain in the first quarter.
Yes, this is his rule. So if number 13 is shown, it's more even show for you. And we're going to show. Now we do double touch clear. Double touch clear, right? You keep the ball. So 2, we do this side. No, sorry, this side. Bamba. Right? 2 screen, 5, 4, 1, 3. You go, you slip. Right? Maurice, you clear. Right? Come back, screen. Okay, go for the lob. All right? Yeah. Malik Dim, yeah, deuxième screen. Hey, let's keep the ball.
Well, certainly the impetus is there when Henry is on the floor for Senegal.
Yeah, he's a live wire, Jeff, and he's really pushing it, and he's right in the face of whoever's guarding him, telling him about it. So he pushes, and at the moment, Uganda, no threes for them. Senegal 3 of 7. So Uganda, if they can just make a couple of shots, we've already seen their defense can disrupt Senegal. They'll be right back in this game.
Very shifty, difficult player to guard. Dreleba trying to stick with him, passes over to Fi. Then a little contact. He just put up an awkward shot, strangely.
He just sort of threw it up mid-step.
Ziwa from 3, long. Boy, Fike at sky.
Yeah, Ibrahim Afei, 5.7 rebounds in the qualifiers.
Three-pointer note, and good box out by Ding. Ziwa gets around, puts it up. Boy, that was a terrific finish. It's almost goal interference. What a way for Uganda to head over to the bench, and tell you what, he is tough driving to the basket, isn't he?
That was a really explosive move there. Right-hand side, left-hand layup. A little reverse. That's just what Uganda needed to finish the quarter. And they're doing fine. They're just 7 back. Senegal have got some big guns. They've thrown some big punches.
Uganda team has a lot more punch to it than the one that played 6 years ago in Tunis.
Yeah.
And it has a lot more basketball savvy. And when you add the quality, you know, Ish Wainwright wasn't there, Ziwa wasn't there. You know, Ziwa was actually born in Canada, played at Manitoba. And looking to be a very tough player. Dang, obviously, in this team now. Opong is the leading player in the team. There's Henry driving in. Now look at the bounce pass. What a player. 5 benefits.
Yeah, that is class. Drives towards the bucket. All the help comes, and he just passes it around them with that beautiful bounce pass. Bounce pass attempted by Deng, and there's got to be space. There was no space there to make that pass. By Deng Jonggu. Just got to set the defense up before you make that back cut pass. Forcing the move, but there's a whistle. Good job. And they go to the line.
Well, I think they'll settle for this right now. Uganda try to slow things down. Let's get some points. I mean, they got to figure out what they're going to do with Henry, though. That's the one player to me that seems like he's almost uncontrollable, really, out there.
Well, they've got speed with Ziwa, so he could maybe match up with him. But he's bringing everybody in. Pierre-Henry's bringing everybody into the game. Senegal, he's setting players up inside and outside. So Ziwa's on him at the moment. Let's see if he can just slow him down.
There he is. Well, he's guarding him. Henry over to Phi. Gets inside this time. And Dean called for the foul.
Yeah, good explosive move by Ibrahim Afei off the pass again by Emery. Just crossover move, goes left-handed, feels the contact, throws it up. He's at the line for 2 shots.
High arcing free throw stays out.
Just 52% from the free throw line during the qualifiers.
He is definitely a high flyer. And this is both. Kaluma with the rebound. Inabu goes at Henry. Henry's quick hands take it right away. Alley-oop pass. Are you kidding me? Flushed by Faye.
Sensational defense by Pierre-Henry to start, and then the pass was on the money for Faye to throw it down.
Seiko from 3, gets it right back, and more. It's back to an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, nice three-pointer from the top from Adam Seiko to reply to that dunk from Ibrahim Faye.
Endure. Turns, tough shot on the baseline against Kaluma.
Yeah, good play from Kaluma, 6'7", plenty of height.
In the corner he goes, pump fake, gets inside, oh boy, couldn't quite finish. But he earns a trip to the line.
He's playing with so much confidence, Jeff. Obviously that big shot he made to get Uganda here, as we see this dunk, and this is a perfect pass. Helps when you have someone like Faye who's just going to take off and throw it down, but that is, I think that's a 10 for style.
Well, you look at that lineup, and they just have so much athleticism, length, quickness. But Zia, boy, he has really revealed himself to be quite the player. You can see him being a part of this Uganda team for a long time.
Yeah, they need someone like that who's going to be all hustle, but bring the ball up as well, be a steady point guard who can get his own score, but set others up. That's going to be crucial for this team.
So, Seiko with charge of the responsibility of slowing down Henry. Endure over to Jang, and no cha-ching for Jang that time. Oh boy, sloppy pass from Kaluma, and it leads to the dunk and the potential three-point play. They punish you if you turn it over.
Yeah, Kaluma, you know, good play by him initially, but you've got to be so careful passing the ball out. And he's not looked, he's sort of passed before he's completely looked, and Ibrahim Faye is anywhere around the basket. He just takes off and crushes it.
The only thing about Faye is he's not making his free throws. He missed his last 3.
Yeah, it's a major problem for him because he's going to get to the line an awful lot. And Kaluma just saying after his move at the other end, how he plays beyond his years, and then he's just shown there that he is still a young player, learning his trade.
Gets ready to attack. Steps back, short. I think you'd rather him shooting those jump shots like that under pressure, under duress, than being around the basket like that. And follows up the miss and scores. Senegal's #1 fan right there.
Yeah.
Who's at the World Cup in China. Kaluma. Goodness gracious me. How about that?
Yeah, not fazed at all by the turnover.
And now trying to get a cheap one. The long pass thrown up the floor. Goes out of bounds.
He's really a good player off the dribble. Attacks downhill, takes Pierre-Henry off the dribble, and that's a good tactic. Wear the guy down.
Yeah,
get him into foul trouble. That's maybe the only way they're going to slow him down.
It's like the revelation of the year to me. Oh boy, he was out of bounds.
Yeah. There's been a few of those over the last couple of days. The guys like to be in the corner to make the shot, to make the 3 or attack from that spot, but it's not a lot of room over there.
That's Rawi Ray. Here's Henry again, going up against Seiko. Njai has a shot blocked. Good D by Inabu, but there is Jang to pick up. It's one thing to block it, but you got to get the ball.
They just didn't react quick enough, Uganda, off the block. Great defense on the perimeter.
Seiko doesn't hesitate, launches the 3. Well, I guess Galnapos doesn't have any issues with his players putting up those quick shots. Oh, excellent read again by Anabu. He's had a block, and now he's come up with a steal. Here he is again. Kaluma taking on Jing, and that time perhaps bit off a little bit more than he could chew into it. His pass goes out of bounds. It's helping Uganda that Senegal are turning the ball over as well.
Yeah, they're just trying to push it really hard, Senegal, and just a bit of miscommunication on that pass, but Uganda getting back in transition on deep, filling up the passing lanes there, making it tough for Senegal to get an easy look.
So Indoor goes out after his, I think, second turnover. Was he charged with the first? He does have 3 steals. And ball turned over. No, that was his first turnover Indoor.
Wainwright missing everything again. It's a couple of air balls he's had. Just needs to settle down from the outside.
Henry, strong move. And there was the follow by Fai, and that's the problem. I mean, even if you prevent him, you got to keep the other guys off the glass. Kaluma, pump fake, and has it knocked out of his hands into the hands of Jing. Fai gets it down low. All he has to do is lay it up. Puts it up again so he can get an extra rebound. And Senegal, you can see they just pose a lot of problems and forcing another timeout. Here it is again. He watches, he misses, says, I'll get another offensive rebound. Then he puts it up and in.
Nobody from Uganda is able to compete with Faye when he's airball, when he's around the hoop. They've got some real mismatch problems, but they knew that coming into this, so they've got to try and play to their own strengths.
Points on everybody. Denying wing entries, picking up 94 feet. If you need a breather, just let me know, okay? I don't want you to pace yourself for 7 minutes. I want you to play to exhaustion for 3. We got the bodies. We need to go after these guys. They are so beatable. We feel that, right? And then it just gets out of hand. We just need to get ourselves organized a little bit, bitch. We're running Hook right now. Hook, remember Hook? We've got Ish, okay? We've got Jimmy, we've got Tony, we've got Robinson, and we've got Dang. Hit Tony here, Jimmy, Hook. If we can get Ish, get him. If not, throw it into the post. We're going Hook down. Play out a Hook if we need a set, okay? Otherwise, you're going into that ball screen, right? If they don't get in the post. Just play out of that to get some organization.
Wow, that was fascinating. You know, I don't want you to play for as long as you can for 7 minutes. I want you to play to the point of exhaustion for 3, because we have the bodies that we can bring in, and that's how we have to play to beat these guys. These guys are so beatable. Wow.
Yeah, and he's getting into their heads. They've just got to go 94 feet now, so they're going to be putting on some sort of press when it comes to their defensive turn. But knock some shots down, get the press on, and then get back in this game.
Certainly, say if you need a rest, come out, because we need somebody in there that can go all out. Wainwright really struggling. Turns it over again.
He's being targeted, isn't he? And again, there's a bit of pressure on him, having gone from Europe and having the contract in the NBA, and he's just got to deliver. And there's the full court pressure. He hasn't gone into a zone trap or anything like that, just man to man.
And now the steal. Here comes Inabu. And then Inabu just lost control of it.
It's really unfortunate. He came from the blind side there, grabbed the ball, raced up the other end, but he never had control of it. Real unfortunate for Draliba.
And Jai stepped out of bounds. So now his team has done it once.
That's frustrating when that happens. It's so avoidable, but some of the guys want to shoot that shot from in that area, so they've got to be aware where the sideline is. It seems obvious, but it happens every game.
Inabu, feet behind the line, good. Playing with a lot of confidence, Inabu.
Jimmy Inabu just got his feet set, no defense came out, and he knocked it down.
Opong now guarding Njai. Remember what the coach said, it's all about playing yourself to the point of exhaustion for 3 minutes. Let me know we need that type of effort, and then we'll bring somebody else in. Here we go, three-pointer, Njai, rebound.
Good defense from Uganda.
Nice move. Opong gets swatted though by Jang.
It's got to be a penetrating kick with all the defense waiting there.
Diallo gets inside, misses Wainwright. Boards, pass up ahead, fast break, and Jang throws it down. And here comes Uganda.
Yeah, and there's the surge of energy that Coach Galopoulos was talking about. Just push yourself on D. They've got out to the perimeter. They've stopped it going inside. That's a huge block by Gorgui Dieng, but that didn't put Uganda off. They kept going.
Now the Silverbacks are fighting. Let's go down and listen to Coach Indon.
This is what I was afraid more. We practice one way, then we play different way. Why? We said we move the ball, we go back. Nobody stopped the ball on top. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. It's better than that. Let's go.
That's a great timeout as well, too. Really good timeouts to listen to. Jeff, great job by the sound crew giving us that, but play like you practice. So in practice, one player might just play completely loose, take great shots, attack the basket. And I think he was referring to the floater that was just sort of thrown up, hopefully, at the end of that sequence. Go in and be strong, or go in, make a jump stop and kick the ball out. And let's make incisive moves, not hopeful moves. So, but again, Uganda have sped Senegal up. They are now just going for it. And Galopoulos is getting what he wanted out of this. Kaluma's getting a rest on the bench, so that's key, and they've just got to keep pushing.
Nabu picks up the foul.
Senegal have also got Pierre-Henri off the floor, so they haven't got that floor general, somebody who can really handle the ball. So Uganda have got to ask some questions here.
Well, Badio's been tough. Branco Badio into the corner. They whip it around. Jang back to the corner. Three-point shot. And a chance to run now. Here comes Jimmy. Wainwright, oh boy, nice creator, and hands it off to Dreleva.
Beautiful pass. He's becoming a facilitator now, Wainwright. Really smart play there inside.
And Inabu just got a little bit of wrist there. In fact, that was Inabu who scored that one, not Dreleva. And now Kaluma's going to come back in for Wainwright.
That's great play, great intent, exactly what their coach wants. Just defend them all over the floor, and that's a beautiful pass by Wainwright.
So here it is, back to live action. Badio, Branco Badio, off target. Wainwright, by the way, has 3 fouls. That was his 3rd, so he's gone to the bench probably for the rest of the half.
It's been a tough half for Wainwright, but he's doing what he can to help his team.
See, we're getting ready to come back in. 3-point shot. Nabu misses. I like the energy that he brings to the team. Branco Badio. And another foul called. So he gets close to the basket. He's really doing a good job, Branco Badio, putting the pressure.
He's been impressive. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist.
They're calling close contact there, though, aren't they?
Yeah, there didn't seem to be a lot there.
Dan goes out as well. So the foul was on Dengu. And Branko Badio goes back to the free throw line, where Senegal are 4 of 7 so far. And Badio made his first 2. Now he's 3 of 3.
Yeah, Uganda in the penalty now.
And looking on, knowing he's got himself a tough game on his hands. Branko Badio on the books of Barcelona in Spain, makes both. He's 22 years of age. Average age of the Senegal team is 26 compared to Uganda, which is also 26. So not too old at all. Ziwa.
Of course, they've got Kaluma, just 19.
Interesting matchup with Badio, Branko Badio and Ziwa. Here's Ziwa. Oh boy, the quick hands of Branko Badio knocks it away, and Ziwa stuck with it. And here comes Gorgui Dieng. And Ndoye has to bat it away. Ziwa has to be careful with Diallo out there. Now over to Inabu from the right corner. Excellent rebound, Kaluma takes it to the corner himself. Now Inabu, look for the backdoor cut. And maybe not the shot they were looking for, Kello. He was open, so he took it. And Senegal punished him with the Branko Badio three-pointer.
Branko Badio shows that he is a star of this team, and they really punished their Uganda for the missed shot by Kello. He didn't look as though he wanted to take it, and they get the 3 the other end, Senegal.
Ziwa to Inabu. Shot clock about to expire. Has to take a very difficult shot. Now they've got to contend with Henry. Henry pulls up for 3. And he's got to hurry. Ziwa, he does get it over just in time. It's about an 8-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Kaluma has it. Shot clock down to 1, and he puts up a quick shot. Boy, he is quality. Wow. Creighton, you have hit the jackpot.
Tell you what, Jeff, I love the way he just lets the defender come out. He's got a great shot fake. Any young players watching, watch the shot fake. That drags the defender out, gets them out of their stance, and then he explodes to the bucket.
Final seconds ticking off at the end of the first half. Henry drives in and misses the layup. Well, that was a reprieve for Uganda because Henry got what he wanted. And thanks to Branko Badio, really, and Gorgui Dieng, they have been able to hold a lead of 9 points going to halftime. And Senegal on top, 40-31 over Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda are going to be reasonably happy. Under 10 points, they're down. Senegal have thrown some big punches. They've got some big players who are playing well. Really impressed with Branko Badio. I mean, that is a 1-2 punch, Pierre-Henry and him. And, of course, Gorgui Dieng as well. Very impressed with their team. But Uganda have stood up and been strong. Just 14% from 3, 29% for Senegal. And both around the same for 2-point range, 11 of 24, 11 of 23. And rebounds the same, assists 10, assists to Senegal, 12 to Uganda, and turnovers, 3 more turnovers for Uganda. And the top scorers, Badio is top scorer, 13. Faye with 10 and some impressive dunks. And Gorgui Dieng having a steady game, 9 points. Kaluma 8. Ziwa 6, and Kaluma, I'm really impressed with him. He's made maybe just 1 mistake.
That bad pass.
Yeah, underneath. Other than that, very solid.
Well, it's interesting because also in Group D, you know, we were supposed to have Cameroon and South Sudan, but Cameroon, well, for medical reasons, not able to play that game.
That's really unfortunate, Jeff, today.
Yeah, and but you know, so South Sudan got the 20-0 win, And that is, well, that's put Cameroon in a very difficult spot watching this Uganda team play, because if you thought that, you know, Uganda was showing up with the quality or the talent that they had 6 years ago, you were sadly mistaken. This is a very different team that has very real prospects, the way they're taking it to this, well, good Senegal team.
I think it's a very talented Senegal team, very dangerous, will be one of the favourites, but Kaluma is really becoming a special player, as we see some of the highlights. But Franco Badio, FC Barcelona player, you know, star, quick, incisive, smart, not many mistakes. You know, they are going to cause teams problems. But Uganda will struggle at times. They've turned it over there, dime back down the floor for the dunk, but they're going to have problems with matchups, and they just can't. That's just physicality. That is just, you know, some of the Senegal guys are 6'9" and incredibly long and athletic. Uganda haven't quite got that all over the floor, so it's just going to have to take that on the chin and do the best they can and play 94 feet and give the coach 3 minutes of absolute effort, sit down, and then keep bringing the guys off the bench. There's Pierre-Henri. He is dangerous in the open floor and very dangerous when he just throws it up, and look at that. That's highlight play of the first half, I would say.
Yeah, he's got 5 assists to go with his 4 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of steals. He's +8. It's Badio who, the 1 steal, 2 rebounds and assists to go with his 13 points. He's leading the way for Senegal. He's at +13 efficiency. Ibrahim Afai with +10 efficiency. He's got 10 points as well, 6 rebounds. But Inabu's been tough. Kaluma has been tough. Seiko, Ziwa, and it's 40-31. Senegal on top of Uganda here at halftime.
This is Buono with the offensive rebound. It gets swatted by Habimana. Rwanda coming to life once again. Oh, I mean, again, another defensive play, and he goes in for the dunk. 3 steals for Amin, changing the complexion of the game. Look at this. Case again goes baseline, now passes to the corner. Conde. Oh, he lives dangerously, and the ball swatted out of bounds. Cast it over there on the sidelines. And Zache goes baseline and throws it down.
Highlight play right there, Jeff. He just exploded to the hoop, Dizashi.
The ball inbounded. Almeida put it on the highlight reel. Unbelievable. He inbounded the ball off the back of one of African basketball's greats, Carlos Moraes. Catches the ball and puts up a 3. Look at this. Look at this.
That is outrageous. Moraes is trying to see where the pass is going. Almeida cheekily throws it off his backside.
Have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2018.
Well, no surprise, we're looking at some highlights from Kaluma. He is leading Uganda in scoring with 8 points. and he's not afraid to put it up from deep. He puts it on the deck, and he's not afraid to go up against the best in that Senegal lineup.
Yeah, he's taking Gorgui Dieng off the dribble. He's now there taking Henry off the dribble as well, and he just drops it over. I love the way he attacks and really entices the defense out to him on the perimeter, and then he just goes. So he gets into his shot position, and then he's free. Henry's frozen, and he's just blown past him. 6-7 against, and Henry's no slouch. Great touch off the glass. If he can add a consistent three-point shot to that game as well, then the defense will really be in a conundrum, Jeff. They won't know how to play him. He's 0 of 2 from three-point range. And top scorer, Senegal, is this guy now. Really impressed with Badio.
Yeah, Branco Badio. You know, you come into this game and you look at the names on that roster, like Fai, like Dieng, like Endure, and in fact, it's Badio, Branco Badio, who's been the bad boy. 13 points, and also those quick hands defensively.
He's a real handful, both ends of the floor, but he's got that three-point shot. He can handle the ball, and that's really nifty ball handling there. To sort of turn side on and then brings the ball back out as the defender's still flying towards the basket. That's a really high-level move, and he just gets to his spot in the corner, elevates, drains it. But it's his defense, his active hands. He just looks organised, looks in control. Going to be a big player in this tournament.
It's halftime between Senegal and Uganda. As you can see on the board, 14 points for Senegal, 31 for Uganda. We have our Dream Team DJs entertaining us with us tonight, and of course DJ Toxic and the ones and the twos.
Well, so far so good for the Senegalese fans here in Rwanda and Kigali, watching their team get on top of this Uganda team early. And Uganda's showing some great fight to stick with it. And certainly they have their possibilities, but right now at halftime, it is Uganda trailing Senegal by 9 points, 40-31. So a lot to like about the performance of Uganda despite them trailing by 9 points. You can see areas where they're going to cause a lot of problems for Senegal, but Senegal do have that length, quickness, some real quality themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Really impressed. We spoke at half-time about Branco Badio playing at Barcelona now, bringing that sort of form here to really cause some issues. Papa Malik Dean, he's caused some problems. Gorgie Jan has best been really steady and solid, and Ibrahim Afai and Pierre Henry's been great, but when he's not on the floor, and Branco Badio just bringing his game, elevating his game, and just knocking down the shots that are required. Uganda, they've got to, it's going to be tough if they're going to have to put it out at 100% the whole time. They've got to try and at least go with what Coach Galanopoulos is asking them to do. Don't just go 80% when you're out there. Give me 100, 110%, and then you can come out for a breather. We do need more from Ishmael Wainwright. It just hasn't quite worked for him yet, but he's made a couple of nice passes. He got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's on 3 fouls, which is an issue, but other players are going to have to step up, this next player up, to try and cope with this strong Senegal roster. Branco Badia speaking to Coach Mendong. As we said, so really solid, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, just the 1 turnover and a steal in just 12 minutes of play, so that's a good effort. So, you know, further, these two teams in the group of South Sudan and Cameroon, just as a reminder, and the actual statement from the technical committee regarding the forfeit by Cameroon was in application of the FIBA COVID-19 protocol for FIBA competitions, and based to the FIBA Central Board decision made in March 2021 for the FIBA official competitions in regards to the COVID-19 situation. The technical committee of the FIBA AfroBasket 2021 decides that game was not going to be played, and Cameroon has lost it through forfeit, 20-0. So Cameroon receives 0 classification points as well, so that hurts. That is really an issue. Even if you lose, usually when you play the game, you get 1 point. So they're certainly up against it. Yeah, they've got to hope they're going to have sufficient players to play in the next game, which is only a couple of days away. Not that long shot off target, but they get the basketball back. Now Gorgie Jang. Jang is so smooth. The way he just started from the 3-point line and just attacked. He's totally in control. Josh Wainwright, remember, has 3 fouls. He's got to be careful. He's got to play smart D. He's got to put on some matchups that he can cope with. He's not going to get overpowered. And that's his 4th. I'm surprised he came out at the start of the quarter, really, because that hasn't worked. That's backfired a little bit for Uganda. So, well, that's been a nightmare for them, hasn't it? He did pick up a cheap one early on. And Badio goes in and now shows us something else with the dunk. Well, you want to play me too tight on the outside, I will blow past you. And that's great athleticism with a right-handed flush. Wainwright pulls up, and that was short. Three-point shot, air ball, and the ball saved in bounds by Njai. Here's Henry again. Senegal with Badio, and the time they live to tell the tale. Uganda. Good drive by Jimmy Anabu there, really taking it to Branko Badio. Spinning round almost. Again, you've got to attack Badio and Henry if you're Uganda, and look at that flush. It just goes round off the screen at the top. The help doesn't come and he just throws it down.
So Badio, that was his first foul. Dang goes to work, has to put up a high arcing shot, and terrific position. Kaluma rebounding. Wow.
Yeah, he is a beast in there as well, and he doesn't mind mixing it, which is a great asset to have as a young player. This is 8th rebound now to go with his 8 points.
Seiko bounce pass. Dang, back outside to Kaluma. From deep. Doesn't drop, then he has to hustle back, but it's going to be over the head of Jang. And that was Henry with the baseball pass that went out of bounds.
Just overthrew on the pass to Gang, but Kaluma wasn't ready to shoot. They just didn't look comfortable when the ball came out to him. He's wide open for the three, something he's got to work on.
Seiko. Jang reaching in, trying to knock it away. Kaluma goes off 1 foot, and here is Badio, Branko Badio, over to Henry. Entry to Ndoye. And Ndoye can't get the drop, but follows up his miss. And there he goes, puts it up and in.
Great job by Yuso Ndoye. 6.8 rebounds, 12.7 points in the qualifiers.
Kaluma. Comes up on Branko Badio, but Badio takes a lot to slow him down, it appears. Jang. Njai from the left. 16 points, the lead now for Senegal. And Uganda have called timeout. We're going to listen to Coach Gallinopoulos, but look at this. The wind is in their sails.
Great shovel pass there by Jeng. And the two players round him, timed it perfectly to kick it back out. Uganda had to call timeout.
Just jogging back in transition. Jogging back in transition, helping off the shooters, dead-eye shooters in the corner. We can't help off shooters anywhere, let alone the corners. We've lost complete focus, all because of the offensive end. Play out of swing right now. We've got Dang, we've got Arthur, okay? We've got Kieran, we've got Adam, and we've got Tony, okay? The ball goes here. Tony, set this screen. Arthur, you come off. Once it gets back to this side, Dang, step up. Get into a step-up screen, okay? We can move both sides to side, but then it just died with Adam. Get some ball movement, get some stops, and get out and run. Hey, let's go, man. Silverbacks on 3, 1, 2, 3. Silverbacks, let's go, guys. Come on.
I love him. I think he's a fantastic coach. He makes me want to go play. I mean, it's very clear what he wants. And, you know, he's right. I mean, they've been kind of like knocked out of their stride because of their issues on offense. They're not playing well on offense, and now they're losing their responsibilities on defense.
Yeah, they've got to keep their focus.
They can't help off. They got to guard.
And that's what happened with that last three. They helped.
Oh, boy. Telegraph pass by Ziwa. And Ndoye goes in for the dunk.
And that is not the way to come out of a timeout. Telegraphed sideways pass. Ends in a dunk for Ndoye. Got to keep their discipline here, Jeff, otherwise it could get... They don't want to lose by too many if they can't win, as we've said on all of the games.
Yeah, but don't forget that costly loss by Cameroon. They don't even get the participation point, so if it comes down to a tie with them, they would have the advantage, although they might end up playing them. I mean, they will play them. Ball goes out of bounds.
Again, Kaluma wanting to take it to the basket, but look at this pass, and that ends up with a thunderous dunk.
You know, international basketball is, as Ndoye goes in for the dunk, it's not easy. And, you know, you bring guys together, and You know, it's a lot of these Senegalese players, despite Coach Ndong saying that they're young, you know, they have played at a high level. So there's Njai, and now there's so much to be said for once you get in the flow, your confidence grows, and the lead has grown to 21 points.
Beautiful catch and shoot there. Good movement without the ball.
There's Badio, he's making it look easy, international basketball. Njai drives and scores.
They've got a really potent group on the floor now, Senegal. It's Kalunga again trying. His first thought is always attack the basket. Bit of contact there, and Henry's taken a hit to the face.
Well, he was reaching in, batted the ball away, and Kaluma's going to, well, I guess he's gotten him out of the game. It wasn't the intent.
And then down the dive, really having a good sequence here. Scoring on that.
Ish Wainwright. Hasn't helped that Ish Wainwright's been in foul trouble. Siwa hands it off to Deng. They just need to start playing well. Don't worry about the score.
Yeah, get themselves back in, which is how they got themselves back in the game in the first half.
Gorgie. And Gorgie Jing misses. Ndoy's been very active in the second half. Now Siwa. And the hands were up, and Ish Wainwright was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Siwa could have passed that a little bit earlier as the defensive player went to the floor, but it all works out well for Uganda in the end. A quick 4-zip run for them.
Well, Jang turned into the double team in Abu. Oh boy, then he telegraphed the pass. It's going to lead to the dunk. And now he's going to get a technical, Gorgie Jang, because he's staring at the referee because he had not called a foul before when he turned into the double. But I thought that was good defense by Uganda.
Great defense.
And again, it's not the NBA. You know,
No,
just because you're the star doesn't mean you're always going to get the call, you know?
No, exactly, and that's how it should be. It should be a level playing field when at these FIBA competitions. But he turned blindly into the double team. They stole the ball away and just got to play on.
And again,
I just think
when it rains, it pours.
I know it just may be that his natural way of shooting, if he can just get his release point slightly higher. It's the same with his three-pointers as well, because he's got so much to offer this team. Just needs to develop that consistent jump shot and free throw shooting.
Words from Graham, the shot doctor, Hiscock.
Well, who's going to help me with my shot, hey? I'm sure he'll work it out. I'm sure he's got some good coaches.
Big Bet will help you.
Yeah, now, there you go.
He's always talking about it. Here's Ish Wainwright. Oh, boy. And another turnover.
Major frustration. They're just getting worn down by this talented Senegal team.
Are we ready? And now, here's Badio again. Oh boy, yeah, the two-handed reverse jam by Dean, who hasn't really made an impact in this game, but he's exciting.
That is serious athleticism. Reverse dunk off 2 feet.
Wainwright just grazed the net.
Really unfortunate for him. He's in foul trouble and just can't get the range on his shots. And look at this.
Wow.
Just serious length and great timing and athleticism.
How do you teach that?
It's just long arms and a long body, and I'm sure the team would love that.
Oh, and there's another. Serves it up on a platter for Team.
It's getting a little bit out of hand now for Uganda. Senegal getting anything they want around the hoop.
Putting it up and a little bit long. So a reprieve, but it's a 25-point lead for Senegal. They're up by 9 at halftime. And Indoor gets the swat. Kaluma and in amongst the trees there. And now the ball goes out of bounds. Rare mistake by Badio.
Yeah, Kalunga again, he's just surrounded, but the players are just around him are longer and can just swat his shot away. But again, great for him getting in amongst the Senegal defense,
Easy,
trying
Dean.
to get the score.
Easy on the pulling on the rim. We don't need another shattered backboard.
No.
Thank you very much. 60-35. Deem actually is getting some attention here. He took a shot. Hopefully he's okay. So Ndong discussing with his assistants.
He's having to come out.
Dinner plans. I mean, this is, look at this. Oh, so he took a shot. Yeah, it was a hard shot to the midsection.
He's just winded.
Okay. 5 is back in. So even though one goes out, another comes in who's a stud, basically. And Dang ends up with Kaluma with the rebound. And here comes Ish Wainwright now. Opong. Boy, great defense by Henry.
Yeah, tough D by Henry.
Five from 3, and it's good. Boy, they're pouring it on.
Yeah, that's just, if Ibrahim Afai is going to step out and knock that down, that is just almost impossible to defend.
Opong from the arc, and he was fouled while shooting the 3.
Opong just doing his thing now. Look at this shot from Fai, and then Opong just dragging the defense out with a dribble. When did we have the come back from the timeout?
Well,
they'll be on the line.
Stretched a 9-point lead at halftime to 28 with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That is impressive.
Yeah, Senegal are really turning it on. Let's listen in to the Uganda timeout.
We're going 2-2-1. It's a 2-2-1, 3-quarter court press, and we're falling back into a 2-3. So we're not going for a steal in the backcourt, okay? You guys understand that? So we got Robinson, we've got Arthur, we've got Oxy all the way back here, we've got Dang, and then we've got Ish. Okay, and as we go back, we drop, drop, drop. Okay, Hawks, let's get you here, Hawks. Okay, you're protecting the rim. Okay, you drop back into a 2-3. That's what we're doing after this, after you knock down those free throws, okay? Just to throw them off, change of pace, we've got to box out, and then we've got to just fucking run. We need to make up for some possessions right now, okay? Here we go.
So they're going to put the same press on that Rwanda had so much success with in their game. 2-2-1 back to a 2-3 zone. So there's going to be they've really got to be thinking their way through this so they know when they're getting back under their own basket exactly where they're going to be. Let's see if they can get some success about that. Look at that throw down. Henry dished up a real nice alley-oop earlier. And then this, it's even more impressive from Dime. They need to knock these free throws down. Get on a roll, Uganda. As Branko Badio looks on. Very impressive. Coach Gallinopoulos is doing everything he can, calling the timeouts when needed, but at the end of the day, the Ugandan players have got to deliver now. 2 minutes remaining in this quarter. They've got to basically win the next 2 minutes and then take it from there. Good concentration.
target, and here comes Opal. Comes Senegal again, Indoor. Toure, number 12, getting some minutes here. Late in the third quarter. Phi, that's off. And Indoor comes in, knocks it away, and the basketball goes to Uganda. Phi with the foul, reaching over Wainwright.
But again, they just wouldn't give Wainwright any space, even just collecting the ball outside the three-point line, facing away from the basket. He's got a defender right there. He's now got to try and hit some free throws and get himself going for the rest of this game, because two more massive games for Uganda coming up.
Free throws not going in. That's going to be Uganda basketball. Adio sitting over there on the bench talking to his teammates. Team looks like he's going to be okay. Still suffering a little bit. Oh, Wainwright's pass was a bullet to Deng, and it's triggered a break. And Traore just throws it down.
That's not great. Ishmael Wainwright, way too much speed on the pass. And Senegal get the dunk at the other end with Toure.
Now push. Well, at least Wainwright's getting involved, but he's with his team trailing 65-39.
It's been a really tough game for Uganda. Senegal have been in control most of the way.
Well, they've been outscored 25-8 in this third quarter. Again, it was a 9-point lead, and we felt like Uganda had every opportunity. But it so often happens, you come back out for the second half and only one team shows up.
Yeah, and they really needed to get off to a good start in the third. It didn't quite happen.
And the ball thrown back to Phi. He gets blocked. Great block by Deng.
It was awesome defense.
Now
the traps here.
He's trying to call a timeout, Seiko. And he's going to tell him, nope, you're not able to call a timeout in that situation.
This is not the NBA. Look at this block at the summit. Fantastic effort, and that's what Coach Galopoulos wants to see. And off the errant pass from Wainwright, Senegal get the flush at the other end. Bouba Toure, coach, and Don loving that. You've got so many guys they can just bring on the floor, Jeff, that are similar sort of style.
Kello breaks the first free throw. It's been a... I want to check it. No, it hasn't been a horror show. I was thinking it had been, but from the free throw line. Ish Wainwright 2 of 4. Okello just missed a couple. And Senegal are just laying the wood to this Uganda team right now. 25 points, the lead. Indoor from the arc. Gets it to drop. Back up to 28 now to lead. Seiko hits it off of the shot clock. So 10 minutes remaining. It's a mountain to climb for this Uganda team in the land of 1,000 hills. They trail 68-40 after this three-pointer from Maurice Indoor. And I suppose really the challenge for Uganda right now is to try to refocus, try to play well over the last 10 minutes and get ready for the next game. But again, Senegal on top, 68-40.
tough third quarter for Uganda. Senegal 50% from 2, 38% from 3, 8 from 21 against 2 for 21 for Uganda. They've struggled there, 13 of 31 from 2. And Senegal just too big and too strong in certain areas of the floor, and then they've got the quickness of Henry and Branko Badio, who've both been outstanding. This is his dunk, going all the way round. Kalunga can't get there. And there's the pass. He's left his feet. Benzai, and then Youssef Ndoye. The key players for the qualifiers. They're playing in the higher echelons of world basketball, as you say, Jeff, Senegal, and they are showing why in this game. There will be tougher challenges ahead in this competition, but they have all the pieces in place, I feel, to make a run at least to the semi-finals.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that they're good. They've got their possibilities, but we always have to remember it's basically game day one.
Yeah.
A lot can happen, but they've shown a good face here in this opener, and I want to say they're going to play better teams, but Uganda are a good team.
Sure. Yeah.
So anyway, fourth quarter action underway. Maybe Indong is doing the right thing by trying to lower expectations.
Yeah.
But, so, you know,
just let the pressure.
You're not going to fool me.
Us talk him up a bit. No, he's keeping everyone's feet on the ground.
King misses. So you're going to want to push it as quickly as possible. Rawire pulls up and short. Endure from New York. Nabu. And loses control of it as he gets into the paint.
Yeah, great pressure. Branko Badio again. Just showing his quickness at both ends of the floor.
Kaluma watching now from the bench. He was terrific in the first half. Seemed like things didn't work too well in the second. But he's young, he's 19. Jang from deep.
You can't leave him out there, Jeff. You've got to play him. And Uganda just let him set his feet and shoot, and he made him pay.
He's been more dangerous outside than inside today. Gorgie Jang. 2 of 4 from deep. He's got 14 points. Rawire. And the ball knocked away by Rawire.
Yeah, it's good hustle. It's exactly what Coach Galopoulos is asking of his team. Just make the extra effort. Don't let this get completely away from you.
Well, Badio back in the game, and that certainly suggests that they are not going to take their foot off the pedal yet, Senegal. So it's not going to get any easier. Not with that lineup that's out on the court right now for Senegal. Jang. Endure. Rawire. Opong's been very quiet today. Hasn't really had much of an opportunity. Well, he's played 13.5 minutes. And Fai gets it and dunks it.
Great pass, great spacing to make that look away pass, and they've just got players queuing up to throw it down. Dribbling left, passes it right. Slam dunk by Ibrahim Afai. He is a human highlight reel. Entertaining us royally here at the Kigali Arena.
So force the dribble to go baseline, and then immediately blitz it. Every pick and roll, blitz. Okay, they're picking up full court every single time. So last thing we got to play fast, we got to get early open threes, and we got to rebound with 5 guys. Got to offensive rebound and tag up with 5 guys. Give ourselves an opportunity. It's our last shot to make a run, okay? That's what it is. Stay with it. You still have a great opportunity every time you step on the floor healthy, right? Play it, let's go. Go together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There's the scores by quarter, and Senegal completely dominating the second half. 5-0 here. Talk about
33-9, they've outscored them.
Yeah, it's total dominance. We talk about Kluma at 19, Badio's only 22, so some great young players in this competition and in this game. And he's just taken it in his stride and scoring and helping his team in so many ways.
Another turnover, Kluma. Ndour has it. He's been pretty effective defensively, hasn't he? Ndour has 3 steals now. Kluma is blocked by Jang. Ndour hands it off to Jang, and he beats that outstretched hands of Ding.
Yeah, just showing dominance at both ends here, Senegal.
Jang is 14 and 6, 14.6 rebounds, a couple of blocks. Just another day at the office for him. And he's played 22, almost 23 minutes. Look at that block.
Yeah, just fantastic player.
Diallo, or Ndai, rather. So Gorgui Dieng will go to the free throw line, where he's going to add to his tally.
Again, just overpowering the Ugandan defense. They're not able to deal with him. He still wants to, he's just on his haunches at the free throw line. He still wants to give it to Uganda and show them that he's dominant, and he certainly has been. And 16.7 rebounds, 1 assist. He really...
2 blocks. And he's become their leading scorer, actually. As good as Badio has been, as prolific, Jang is always going to get his points. But I think when they really kind of lowered the boom, it was Badio that was doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and Henry's not had to do an awful lot this second half, which is good. Keep him fresh for the upcoming games. But just the way that Jang conducts himself and plays, he's just cool and calm. And that's a great asset to have for this Senegalese team.
I tell you the stat line that I like as you look at Gallinopoulos. Maurice Ndour just left the court. He's got 5 points, okay? But to go with that, he's got 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. He has been hustling out there.
Yeah, getting in the passing lane as Wainwright just continues to struggle.
And Badio adds another 2 to his, and they are about to double up the score of Uganda. That is how humiliating this has become in this second half. Kluma, short.
Just a bit flat there, front of the rim, but Badio is just unstoppable. And Jang really giving it to them. He's causing them all sorts of issues. Just excellent player. Again, attacking off the dribble, completely blows by Wainwright. No help available. He's already done that once and dunked it. This time he just lays it up off the glass. So I was going to say a star of the future. He's a star right now.
Yeah. It's the FIBA AfroBasket. There's no doubt.
And a great launch pad for him. You know, the eyes of the world are watching this competition, and he has really shown that he's a top player.
There he is. Well, I'm sure he has a lot of goals that he wants to achieve, and many of them include Senegal, success with Senegal.
17.6 rebounds. I really like the fact he's getting after the rebounds, and 6 assists. That's really impressive stat line. And Wainwright again. Just so much pressure on him. Maybe he's put too much pressure on himself today. He's got high expectations. He's really made some big moves in his club playing, and he's just was hoping to be able to translate that into national team basketball.
Well, I know he probably feels like he's let his team down, but it's just kind of snowballed more than anything, hasn't it? You know, the early foul trouble, maybe doesn't get a call. Njai from the arc.
I like him as well, Jeff. I mean, he has come off the bench. They've got guys that are coming off the bench straight into the action. They're all ready to go. Njai's been really impressive, knocking down that 3 there.
He took that strong, just wasn't able to finish.
Yeah, again, he's got 2 or 3 defenders hanging off him. It's a tough move. He's a great player, but he's got to find a way to shake free of the Senegalese defense.
Zero to Opong. That looks good. Goes in and out. Good rotation on that shot. They're just making it look easy right now as Dean comes back into the game and gets the layup.
Yeah. Just a simple passing side.
Ziwa.
Great ball rotation. Just didn't fall for them, but smart play by Uganda.
Open for a 3, and fortunately for Uganda, it doesn't go in from Diop. Oh boy, and he gets blocked by Dean. He's got the rim protection. Explosive jumper, Dean.
Yeah, fantastic athlete. And down the other end, they just dribbled it too far down the floor as we see the block. He's gone with the left-hand reverse, almost playing into Dean's hands there. He didn't get it away from him. Just great timing and coming in from behind at the end, and they've just got so much athleticism and length. Dangerous team.
You know, often over the years, recent years, Senegal have had explosive plays, explosive players, but they haven't really been able to slam the door shut on teams. But this team looks a little different. They have really gone for the jugular today against Uganda.
One thing I'm impressed is Ndiaye takes the 3 and makes the 3. He is unstoppable. So keep an eye on him. He's there under control. When I've commentated on their games before in qualifiers, great athletes, but they're out of control. And today, especially with Jeng in the game, they've just got a nice balance. Tough move by Wainwright again. They're not giving him any respite at all.
Ndori loses it as he goes up.
I don't know what you think about that with the control issue for Senegal. Do you think they're looking a lot more comfortable with the way they're playing as Wainwright goes off a little bit forlornly, Jeff?
Well, you know, that's sports, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you're going to have tough games. You're going to have good games. You're going to have tough games.
Yeah.
And we've seen the best of him, and I wouldn't say he's necessarily been the worst of him, but it's just not been a good day for him, or Uganda for that matter.
He will bounce back.
Seiko, he probably feels the burden that of trying to carry this team, but they showed even without him that they could compete in that first half.
As you say, this team is good enough. It doesn't need one player to just do it all.
Uh-oh, Njai from the left.
But great fight by Uganda. Really impressed with that sequence.
They were fortunate. Uganda fortunate to not commit a foul at that time. Mustafa Diop thinking there was certainly a foul that should have been called.
Yeah, the referees on that occasion really let them play. It led to this 3-on-1. And Kello, he struggled a little bit today as well, just couldn't get the elevation to finish the play. NDI, another beneficiary of quick ball movement and getting left wide open. 14 points for him, 4 rebounds.
Seiko for 3, and thankfully for Uganda it goes in.
And he's right on time, Seiko. Did you get that?
Yes.
Now
who's
just
tired?
Didn't react.
You're right.
Just didn't react.
Right on
I've been trying to get that in for the last 3 threes he's made.
Okay.
And good defense. He's a bright spark, which is good for Uganda going forward.
Are we ready for 3?
Now the floodgates are opening for Uganda. Just shows how things can turn around. Of course, they're way too far back. They've got to try and get some momentum, and these threes from Seiko, that latest one there, just way downtown, forces the timeout for Senegal.
Allez, guys. Let's go, guys. Double touch, clear. Double touch, clear. He's going to be the second screener. Yeah, first screener. Mama, slip. Pick and roll, move back to the goal, look for the lob. Hey, we need a zone. We need a zone. Allez, guys. Come on, gotta be high with your man, so we can let him.
It's the fourth quarter, 20-12. 4 of 12 from behind the arc, and Seiko 12 points, 4 of 6 himself, 3 rebounds. So I think Coach Giannopoulos is seeing who he can get out on the floor, who's going to be a bright spark, and Seiko has done a nice job. So maybe this is looking at lineups that he can put out in the future games. Trap comes at the halfway line.
Oh boy, good effort by Rawire. We're going to finish with a flurry. Seiko again.
Senegal really,
by Diop.
Senegal really extended themselves on that break.
Rawire. Now Diop again. And the three-pointer joining the three-point shooting party, Bamba Diallo.
Yeah, that's great semi-transition 3.
Seiko again. Oh, didn't send in the repairs. That was not on target. Traore hands it off to Deem, and he misses the dunk. Well, made the harder dunk, reverse. Ziwa on target. Boy, it just won't drop, will it?
It's a tough miss there.
They've hit 6 three-pointers from 36 attempts, Uganda. They've had a lot like that look pretty good.
Yeah.
And they've rattled out, but even if some of those had gone in, they would not have beaten this Senegal team today.
Not today, but Coach Giannopoulos, he said in that final timeout, let's play up tempo, let's take the early 3. So he's encouraging them to take the 3 early in the offense if it's on.
Ziwa, Canada's finest, puts it up and in.
Great defense and excellent attack, and the way that he jumped into the defense to create the space and the contact, and a soft touch to finish. Really strong play by Ziwa. Kieran St. Charles.
He's a good player.
Alvarez. Yeah, he is a good player. Really quick.
See what I mean?
I see what you did there.
That was about as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
Final seconds ticking off the clock to a game that was won emphatically in the second half, especially by Senegal. They march to a 93-55 win over Uganda. Well, that man right there deserves all the praise that comes his way today, and perhaps their fortunes will rely heavily on him and Henry, the backcourt, and Njai. You know, they've got great size inside, and they've got great energy, great hustle from players like Endura coming off the bench. There's a lot to like about this Senegal team.
Yeah, they've got good control, I thought, in this game. Plenty of athleticism, two great guards to run the show. And here's Senegal, 53% from two, 38% from three, 12 of 32 versus 6 from 36 for Uganda. 9 of 13, 9 of 15 free throws, but they were just dominant, 56-43, so plus 13 rebounds, plus 9 on the assists, 4 less turnovers. The Ugandan team come over in front of opposition here, and Deng, 19 points, Badio 17, 5-15, really impressive amount of scoring you had, and then Dai with 14 explosive points as well.
They'll be back. They'll be back. I mean, they want to come over and say thank you to the fans that came to support them today, and they expected better. And again, as you see Gallinopoulos saying genuinely thank you for coming out to support us today, you know, they feel awful with the way things unfolded in that second half. I think they know they can play better, but I don't want to say they underestimated Senegal, but maybe they appreciate Senegal a little bit more for what they can do now with their skill level, their talent level.
Well, I think we've all seen that right unfold before our eyes today, and Uganda at times had some success. They were able to keep in touch with Senegal, but once Senegal turned on the afterburners and Henry and Badio started really doing their thing, it was tougher for Uganda. Adam Seiko with 12 points, but that was sort of late on. They did have the flurry of points that has helped them. 8 for Kaluma, he struggled in the second half, but 11 rebounds, 4 turnovers, as we see some of the highlights, and Badio was key. And there's a steal late on, and which ended up with another galloping dunk, this time for Senegal from Yusa and Doi. And there's, you know, half a dozen big-time dunks. I know it's only 2 points, Jeff, but everybody likes to see high-flying dunks and great action, and Senegal have got plenty of that, but they've also very dangerous from behind the arc.
There's just no player in that lineup that I didn't like today. Badio, Maurice Ndour, Diallo came out, hit, you know, shot. Fai, obviously, the high flyer. You know, he played a lot more minutes during the qualifiers.
Yeah.
But there's more competition in this team. Mustafa Diop didn't play much today. He's tough. Deem, we saw what he could do with his shot blocking and his ability to get up and protect the rim, and his dunk there, right on cue. Thank you very much.
I mean, that is that's sensational, that is.
Jing, obviously, Ndoye, Henry. It is one tough team that's going to be that we're going to have to watch in this tournament. But I would suspect this team's going to go ahead and win this group.
Sure.
They will play Cameroon.
Yeah.
And Cameroon will be out to get them, but I tell you what, I can't see Cameroon beating this team.
Not at the moment. They've got a lot of weapons. Massive block as well by Jeng.
And they'll be favorites against Kenya as well.
Yeah, sure. 26 assists. That's really impressive. Amongst all the high-flying dunks, they are sharing the basketball, playing under control, which is what I've really enjoyed to see what they can do. Dangerous team, and there's Ishmael Wainwright just struggling throughout the game. But they'll be back, as you say. They will be back, rush themselves down, and be ready for the next challenge.
And this is, you know, there's two things worth saying here. Senegal have a great team, and this is international basketball. But another thing, this is also sports, and in sports, you're gonna come up on the wrong end of games like this. Gallinopoulos knows that. His players know that. This is one game. They got to put it behind them and get ready for the next one. So, game day one. It's the second day of the AfroBasket, but it's game day one because it's their first games that they're playing. Senegal up at the top with South Sudan, who got the 20-0 win over Cameroon by forfeit for the reasons we told you earlier about the COVID-19 protocol and regulations. So one more to go today, and we hope that you join us one last time. 93-55, Senegal win it over Uganda.